Mankind has gotten cold, their hearts are made of stone. Them killing off the old and them killing off the old. Is why do they this? Why do they this? We need more love and unity. Teach the youth prosperity. Show them what they ought to be.
Clifton Bartley, big up.
Yes, love in our hearts. Yes. Bring back the love, I tell the man, they feel brand new start.
Sir Bolton, big up. Thanks for joining.
This is what we love. Cry out to God for some help from above. Burn out the heat and show some more love. Call upon the King of Kings. Eternal Father, begging the peace to come and bless our life. But the things we do in daily, I just cannot understand what's going on. Yes. What's going on here? Instead we call upon the politicians and the leaders, asking them for handouts, asking them to come and feed us. I prefer to call them God, because when I call it, He will hear us. He will give us all we need. And bring back the love in our hearts. Yes. Bring back the love, I beg you, man, make it a brand new start. Yes. Jamaica land, this is what we love. Cry out to God for some help from above. Burn out the hate and show.
Yes, Jeremy, an awesome day for an awesome interview. St. Elizabeth, thank you for joining.
We have tried, we pray, we mess things up, but we call upon the Lord, come and fix things up. Guide us with your hand, show us a new plan. We trust you, Father, only you. And bring back the love, yes, the love in our hearts, yes. Bring back the love, I tell you, friends, make a brand new start. Jamaica land, this is what we love. Cry out to God for some help from above. Follow the heat and show some more love. Call upon the King of Kings and bring back the love, yeah. The love in our hearts, yeah. Bring back the love, I tell you, friends, make it a brand new start. Jamaica land, this is what we love. Cry out to God for some help from above. Burn out the heat and show some more love. Call upon the King of Kings and bring back the love in our hearts. Yes. Bring back
Hey,
the
Chanel,
love,
what's up?
I tell you, man, make it a brand new start. Jamaica land, this is what we love. Cry out to God for some help from above. Burn out the heat and show some more love. Call upon the King of Kings. Bring back the love, yes. The love in your heart, yes. Bring back the love, I tell you, man, make it a brand new start. Jamaica land, this is what we love. Cry out to God for some help from above. Burn out the heat, come on for true love. Call upon the King of Kings. Yeah, bring back the love in our heart.
All right. Thank you so much. It's another awesome day given to us by an awesome God to do some awesome things, and some awesome things we will do. We want to thank all those who are joining us on the Instagram platform and all those who are joining us on our Facebook Live. Thank you so much for being a part of this another awesome episode of the Awesome Music Show. And we have a very, very awesome guest on our show today that we'll be introducing. And it's one of those shows that I look forward to because of the way I'm feeling proud. If you notice, I'm repping with my colors today, black, green, and gold, and my flag is in the background. Yes, so it's another Jamaican day. And the title of the show today is Entrepreneurship in the Middle East. I'm sure that's a big topic for a lot of people, and that's one we want to explore today as well. So hope your day is going fine. My day has been a very eventful one, but I'm thankful that I'm going to be ending the day off with a great show and a great interview. My guest on the Awesome Music Show today, as we approach another independence celebration in Jamaica is Kesian Bennett. Kesian Bennett is a young Jamaican entrepreneur, and she will be talking today about her business that she founded all the way in the Middle East in a place called Abu Dhabi. And we're going to be exploring all of that, telling you more about Abu Dhabi. And, you know, a lot of people, if you would say Abu Dhabi, they're asking, where in the world is that? But we're going to be talking about all of that on the Awesome Music Show today. Kesian, thank you so much for being my guest on the Awesome Music Show. How are you doing?
Hi, Dale. Thanks so much for having me. I am doing well. And it's Kesian, but I'm used to it. I'm used to Kesian, so that's fine. But it's Kesian. Yeah. Thanks.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. So I correct that from now on. So I'll not say the other word. I'll call it the proper word. Phyllis Theobalds, thank you so much. Vivi Downs Humphreys, thank you so much for joining as well. All right, so Kesian, tell us a little bit about who is Kesian. Who is Kesian? Let me get that right and keep it like that. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and we can take it from there.
Yes, Gracie, second daughter.
Nice.
Yeah, who has big dreams and just trying to figure out life and just working at it every day. I'm a go-getter, I would say. I'm 28. And I'm from the little community of Lodge in St. Catherine, rural St. Catherine.
Okay.
I went to St. Mary High School, and then I transitioned to Shortwood Teachers College, where I studied my Bachelor of English and Literature.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's Kesian for you. Background in teaching, a little country girl who decided to step out and, make life.
Yes. Can imagine. I can imagine. So that's good. I mean, I'm a native of St. Catherine as well, so that's good to know.
Okay.
That's good to know. Yes, I'm from Linstead, so I guess we have a lot of
fun. Okay. Yeah, we used to go to Linstead every weekend, so that's good. Okay.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. So I guess you would have some of the Linstead market background and stuff. I guess that would come out further on.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's good. That's good. So you have covered, I mean, your early upbringing and the school, St. Mary's College, and also you are a past student of the St. Joseph's Teachers College, which shows your intent in terms of teaching. And I mean, now we're talking, the interview is specifically centered around entrepreneurship, but why teaching though at that early age? Why teaching?
I think I early out from high school, I feel like I was pulled towards the literary arts. And that I loved reading, and I always thought I would be an author. Well, I am. That's something I did in the pandemic as well. I'm self-published on Amazon 2 times. But
Nice.
So I loved the arts. I loved just English and just the length and breadth of literary arts, just the vernacular, all of it. So naturally, I followed that path, and Shortwood was amazing.
That's good.
I can't imagine myself looking back going to any other college, university. Shortwood was where I was supposed to be, just because of the people I met, the lecturers, everything. So that was a great choice for me. Yeah.
That's powerful. And it's good when you can go to an institution and you can have high praises for the institution itself, and also for the lecturers and the people that you've met, because that forms a great part of your your upbringing, your career, you can look back to say that person deposited positiveness inside of me, and I can use it to go forward. So that's good. That's good. So in terms of, because I know for a lot of teachers, they especially now in Jamaica, and I shouldn't even say no. I know it's been a while that teachers, nurses, various professionals are moving to other places across the world for different reasons. I mean, some of them are exploring, some of them for better living conditions, better wages, the whole works. What was your experience like moving to the Middle East, specifically Abu Dhabi, as a young teacher? What was your experience like?
Actually, it wasn't a good experience. Before I came, because I followed my significant other here. He came in 2017, and I followed him a year later. And preparing to come, naturally, you would be looking for jobs, and I didn't find anything before leaving Jamaica. And coming here, I thought, well, I'm already on the ground, it will be easier. And I searched for a few months, and I couldn't find anything. Yes, I was doing different things because I'm the person, I don't sit at home, right? While I was looking, right? Yeah.
Always up to get that.
Yeah, so it wasn't easy to find a teaching job here for me. And when I finally found something, it was actually still up my alley because I was in the library with books that I love. Yes. So it was awesome. I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to be there. And I look back on all of these things and I say, God really had a plan for me. So yeah, just to answer your question, it wasn't easy for me, but I did eventually land something.
Okay, nice, great. So you came here in 2017 and you've been here since 2017, which is a couple of years. That's about 4 years. Not bad. So in terms of a lot of people having even bad experiences would return home or they would switch to somewhere else. But as you said, God had a way of doing his thing. And you're looking at all the things that you have accomplished since you've been in the UAE. And you can now look back to say, yes, God, I'm seeing your purpose in what you have done. So when I thought of doing the interview with you and hearing your story, the word that comes to mind is resilience. A lot of people through the pandemic, I've read a lot of stories. A lot of people have committed suicide. A lot of people have gotten in a lot of trouble with the law. A lot of people have done some really crazy things because of the pressures of the pandemic since 2019. Matured in 2020, still running strong in 2021. What does resilience mean to you? And tell us about how you defied the odds. And now we're at this point where we're talking about you being the founder of a fully Jamaican restaurant in Abu Dhabi. Tell us about that experience.
So for me, resilience, I would say it's innate, I would think, because I want something more for myself. I want something greater for myself. Yes. And that in itself, I guess, would exhibit that resilient nature that if I fail, I'm not going to cry and say, woe is me, and this is the end of the road. No, I always look for, I always look for another way, another path. Giving up is never an option for me. Never, ever, ever, ever. And I know you touched on people who have committed suicide during the pandemic and so on. I've had my bout of depression during that time as well. I really did. But because I guess it's what they call it, self-preservation. Because that would be giving up on everything that I dream for myself, and as I said, that's an option for me. So even though I was depressed and I was just looking I'm just searching inside myself, what are my passions? I lost my job. Now I'm sitting at home. Of course, nobody is hiring because it's a pandemic. What can I do? then I started to look inside myself and, really ask, what do you love to do? Yeah, I love to write. So I got on my computer. I already had a collection of poems from college. And I said, you know what? This would be good to compile, put in a book. And I researched and I found how to publish on Amazon. And I did that. I
Right.
made a book and I did everything, and it was so easy. And then I thought, and around the time, has been something, the first Emirati who went to space. Around that time, I was like, this is a great time to write about this Emirati going to space. And, I was already coming from that kid's background. It would be really nice for them to have something to read. So I had the idea to write a book about astronauts. A is for astronauts. That's my other book on Amazon as well. So I did that. And having researched and published 2 books, I was like, okay, what next? Because at first I didn't know how to do it. Now I've done it. So,
You also
what
to engage the brain.
yeah, I was like, what is the next challenge? I still need something to do and I still need to make an income, right? So then I thought I also love to cook, and this has been with me for a very long time. Even when I just got here in 2018, we saw that there was a need for Jamaican restaurants in Abu Dhabi. We were looking into getting a food truck, and some issues came up. We didn't decide to go that route anymore. So I said last year, I'm being home now, exploring what to do. I said, oh, hey, we can actually look into this idea again of a restaurant or some sort of food concept. Yes. Being home, you have all the time in the world to do all the research you need to do, to call everybody you need to call, to gather all your resources and find out how to get this done. So going back to resilience, you have to just keep fighting back, keep going, just don't give up.
Don't give up. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. That's right. So I mean, I know you said you love to cook, which would answer my next question, which is, outside of every other business, why a restaurant, and not just a restaurant, but you could have chosen to find another cuisine that's popular here in the UAE and do that, but you choose to do a restaurant and a Jamaican restaurant. What was your decision behind all of that?
Well, it's a given. I would want to keep it in my culture. Right? I know Jamaican. I want to cook Jamaican, and
yes.
A lot of these articles have wrote about Kingston 21 is that we have basically stopped a major gap in the culinary scene in Abu Dhabi, because there aren't a lot of Jamaican restaurants here. Well, there aren't any. If we're looking at authenticity and just solely our cuisine, there aren't any.
Right.
And this was a perfect opportunity to bring that new, unique concept that's missing. So it was just like a brilliant idea. Why wouldn't I?
That's right. That's right. And that's an awesome move, because a lot of people, and why I asked the question in that way, because there are a lot of Jamaicans who would leave Jamaica and they would leave their Jamaicanness, if there's such a word, back home, and they adopt to wherever they are and just leave that experience back home. So it's a proud move. And I asked the question deliberately just to bring that out, because you have chosen to do that. There are many, many who would say, listen, I'm going to do Chinese, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and not the Jamaican stuff. So that's really, really, really. So, I mean, I'm not sure if you're the type of person who, if you're going to do something like this, you would reach out to maybe family and friends to say, hey, I have this idea, I'm going to run it by you and tell me what you think. What were some of your reactions when you outlined this idea to maybe your close family members and stuff? What was some of the reactions you got?
Everybody loved the idea. We haven't
Good.
haven't gotten any feedback that says, oh, no, this is a terrible idea, you're going to fail. Or they wouldn't say you're going to fail, but they would, like, I'm not sure you want to do that. Everybody said, go 100%. This is going to be a hit. And especially when we in the location, oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yes.
so everybody has been very encouraging because they know that Jamaican culture is in demand. And a lot of people would like to say, you're all the way in the desert, you're all the way on the other side of the world. Like, yeah, it's such a fresh, new concept that it's in demand, I would say. Definitely.
That's great. Because there are a lot of times when you may tell your business idea to maybe the wrong persons who may think, no, it's a pandemic. You don't know how long the pandemic is going to last, the effects of the pandemic. So, so it's good that you got that kind of thumbs up from all the person you spoke to who gave you that encouragement, because I'm sure that would be something that would have pushed you and propelled you more to say, yes, I'm going in the right decision, the direction, sorry, and this is something that you want to do. So one of the things, Kingston 21, what's the reason behind the name? I know you mentioned something about writing about Kingston 21 earlier, but what's the reason behind the name for the restaurant?
Okay, so the name, I think it was decided for us by faith, because we submitted 3 options when we were registering, and yeah, but when we put Kingston 21 on the list, it was because, of course, Kingston is the capital, so it's immediately recognizable and associated with Jamaica, and yeah, and the 21, of course, as well, there are 21 zones, postal zones in Kingston. And I don't know if you know, but in like America, Florida, a lot of people associate 21 to Jamaicans in Florida. And we wanted to take it a step further to say the 21 can be an extension of Jamaica anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world. Okay.
Yeah,
great.
just the Jamaican people in the diaspora who, are doing great things, who are exploring, traveling, because all corners of the earth, you will find a Jamaican, guaranteed.
That's true.
So,
that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, and we want to make the Kingston 21 so recognizable, to say it is, I'm a brother from yard, I'm a sister from yard, that 21 has that significance, that hypothetical extension of Jamaica wherever you are in the world.
Right. And I can just imagine, just thinking along the line that at some point this same restaurant will draw even more attention from even the government in Jamaica in terms of representation for our people here in the UAE, which I think would be something good. So your restaurant might end up being that nucleus that can bring a lot of Jamaican attractions and everything, to the UAE, which is good. Island Roots Promotions, big up to you, and Canada crew, thank you so much for joining as well. And for those who are joining, my sister, another awesome move. Congratulations to you and your guests. Thank you so much, my sister Latisha, for being a part of the show. All right, so if you have made a decision to do a Jamaican restaurant, I'm sure one of the things in your research would have been, how do you keep getting real authentic Jamaican products, seasoning, the whole thing? Because for us, we know the Jamaican side of our food is really the taste, the seasoning, and stuff like that. How do you manage to keep that authenticity going?
Yeah, so a big part of or what was a priority for us was the consistency in taste, flavor, as you've said, because that's the as you said, the nucleus of just our culture and just our food. It was important for us to hire Jamaican. All staff aren't, because we also believe in diversity, but
Definitely.
it was important to have Jamaicans in the kitchen and for them to teach, because yeah, we don't have all Jamaicans, but who are non-Jamaican, they should be able to learn the food profile, the taste profile, everything of what makes our cuisine. And two, not entirely difficult to get some of the products. For example, ackee, yes, it's difficult, but you can align yourself with the right suppliers and get your ackee and whatever it is. But a big part of our cooking is the scallion, the thyme, the garlic, all these things. How you how you flavor it in your oil and so on to get the aroma out. And that's easy, that's simple. But having the right chefs, having the right front of the house to really give that experience. When you come in, our hostess, you don't see for want of a better word, for example, you don't see a Filipino that's saying, "Hi, sir." You see a Jamaican who is saying, "Welcome to Kingston 21, Wagwan. Hope you have a nice lunch."
Nice.
You the accent same time. That's what we want. You get the accent and you feel at home. You're all the way in the desert, but you feel at home because you're among people. So and when you taste the food again, you get that nostalgia of just anywhere in Jamaica having a box lunch.
That's good. Because you mentioned something very powerful earlier in terms of inclusion and not having a full Jamaican staff, which you're in the UAE, so there are several other nationalities that would want to be a part of the Kingston 21 experience, but the teaching aspect of it is good. And you mentioned someone turning up at a Jamaican restaurant, the first person they want to meet is really a Jamaican, to make you feel like, yes, me left from how many miles away and I'm here. Because I got a post from a friend of mine actually with you, and he's all the way in New York, and I'm sure he is one of those persons who the moment he visits UAE is going to want to be one of your customers at the restaurant. So that's very, very good. So in terms of Jamaican cuisine, Jamaican dishes, do you plan on expanding to serving other dishes, or you're keeping it strictly Jamaican?
Actually, what we have now and what we started with is a pretty safe menu. It does have the traditional dishes, the staples, the rice and peas, oxtail, jerk chicken, curry goat. It does have that, but it also has some fusion dishes because it was important for us to include some dishes that everybody can relate to. We don't want to exclude any foodie. We want everybody to find something when they come. A lot of people are coming specifically because they want to explore this new cuisine, and others want to have relatable things like their pasta or their burger or something, So we want to make sure we have something that caters to everyone. And of course, we do plan to extend the menu. Winter is coming. We'll do some changes to have a nice winter menu because everybody will be out, and we have a beautiful terrace. So we want to attract those diners. But yeah, big things. We have so many plans. As you said, you see us basically being ambassadors for Jamaica, and that was that's our intention. That's definitely our intention, and not just to remain a restaurant. We start as a restaurant. We don't want to remain a restaurant. We want to have a brand, and this brand should be recognized through products, through maybe apparel, maybe I don't know, like another company catering or some sort of delivery service. Like there are so many avenues that we can take, and that we can explore. Yeah.
Yes. And one of the things I missed, when did you start your operation? Because that's one of the things I missed in the earlier questions. When did you start? Because you've started this year, 2021. Tell us when you started.
Yeah, so we started on April 13th.
Mm-hmm.
At the start of Ramadan this year, which was crazy. We're opening in a pandemic and we're opening in Ramadan.
Yes. Yeah, I
Because,
can understand.
yeah, people weren't eating out during the daytime, so that was a very risky move.
Yes. But I know over time, because you're gaining momentum. It's just a couple of months, so you're gaining momentum, and I'm sure the more you continue to do your business, the word, and one of the biggest things that you could ever have for your business is someone dining there and telling somebody else about their dining experience, the taste of the food, stuff like that. That's really, really powerful. In terms of your long term, and you mentioned a few of it, but I know now that you have started as a restaurant, I'm sure there must have been some long term plans that you have, because this is not something that you're gonna just trying to see if it works and then you're gonna pack up and go back home. Must be something that you have a long term plan for, and you have sat down to pencil this out. So is it there? What are some of your long term plans for this restaurant? And I'm sure, based on the success of it, you might even need to do other locations. What are some of those things that you might be looking into?
For sure. Once we standardize operations or menu and so on, and we get to a level of consistency and we get to that level of brand recognition, of course, we're going to look into franchising.
Yes.
Be it locally, as in the UAE, or outside,
Yeah.
That's long term. Short term, we have realized that we have a small kitchen, so we now have to think about ways to work around that kitchen and also expand or reach to the city, because right now we're on the outskirts of Abu Dhabi or in the suburbs.
Mhm.
So short term, we're just thinking about how we can navigate that. And two, in parallel, we're working on our brand in terms of products and so on. You do know we have our Jamaican coffee, Blue Mountain Coffee. So we're working on things. It will be announced soon as things solidify, but we are in the background just working on things to develop a greater brand recognition.
Okay, sounds good. Because I mean, with a great idea comes with longevity, and with getting the support that you need, it will push you further. In terms of keeping the Jamaican spirit alive, though, what are some of the special offers that you have? You mentioned briefly some of the menu, but just tell us about some of the menu and also some of the ongoing events. What's a typical day like at Kingston 21?
Okay, so we're closed on Sundays. We open for start of the week on Monday, and to kick off for a week, we have our Domino night. It has been gaining some traction. We realize Domino is not a popular thing here, but as the word spread, more and more people interested. They will come, they will see the poster in the restaurant and say, okay, I'll come back. I didn't know. Okay, I'm open to it. So Domino is a big thing in Jamaica. And I feel like it will blow up once we get the alcohol, because, everything nice when you...
Getting in the spirit.
So there's the Domino night, and we launched for summer our all-you-can-eat breakfast. And in this area, there are some restaurants who have offered unlimited breakfast, and everybody has already done that. So offering this new, fresh cuisine, unlimited for breakfast, big hit, major hit. So that has been good. It has been a good way to expose people to different dishes, from not just Jamaica, but from the Caribbean, because we do have dishes from other islands like the doubles and things like that. So that's one thing. And of course, our main menu, it has our traditional Jamaican items, as I said, the staple items, the jerk chicken, oxtail, curry goat, and those things, your fried dumpling, your festival, your ackee and saltfish, all of these things we have. But the major thing that's coming up though is independence. And being our first year of operating and having independence, just right around the corner, we wanted to do a big splash. And we've been working with JMED, which is Jamaica Middle East Diaspora. And so we're in collaboration with them. We just yesterday got a box of goodies, I would like to call resources, that we will be using to put on display in the restaurant as of August 2nd. Because I imagine in Jamaica, Emancipation is falling on the Sunday, so they would celebrate it on the Monday. Likewise, we're closed on Sunday, so we would kick off celebrations on the Monday as well. So we plan to have the restaurant decorated all week from the 2nd to the 7th. Well, mainly to the 6th. We'll be having just themed nights. We'll be having a themed night. We'll have the domino night as usual. We'll have our pasta night, which will be transforming different pastas and making it Jamaican, right? Then we'll be having our tapas night on Tuesday, which would be small bites. And again, we're just putting Jamaican items that's not on the menu now, and just exposing people to it. And Wednesday, we're having our roast night, which is your roast yam, your roast corn, your roast sweet potato, all the roast saltfish. Yes. And then the Thursday, I don't remember what we're doing on Thursday, but the big celebration though is on the Friday, where we're having a brunch. We're having a buffet brunch, all you can eat, face painting for the kids. Just that this the restaurant will have all the fun facts about Jamaica, all the things that you need to know about Jamaica we'll have on display. We'll have the colors, our staff will be Jamaicanly attired. That's the word. So we do plan to just blow it up for the Friday. And we hope everybody will come out, Jamaicans, non-Jamaicans alike. I know everyone is traveling, so they might not be around, but it will be good just to come and be a part of it, We are way in the desert. Let's all come together.
Definitely. Sounds exciting. I mean, I'm listening and I'm saying, whoa, this is it sounds exciting. And for a business that just started in April, I'm happy that you're incorporating all of this, and even the support you're getting from JMED. It's very, very good, and we are going to just highlight. I'll use the show and every opportunity I get to keep on highlighting this event. For those who are just joining on the Instagram platform, Sasha McLean, Leroy Romans, thank you so much for joining. Rayo Plica, yes, thank you so much for joining as well. We're talking to the owner and founder of Kingston 21, which is a fully Jamaican restaurant located in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. They just started operation in April of this year, 2021, and we're just talking to them about some of the events and some of their happenings, and sounding good so far. So we're looking forward to those events that are coming up, and that people, especially the Jamaicans who are here in the UAE, can be of support to this cause. It's ours. I mean, we have to own it. It's ours. We have been supporting other businesses, which is good. We talk about inclusion. We talk about, diversity and the whole works. And this is ours now. So we have to find ways and means to support it. In terms of, I want you just give us your details, your exact location, and how people can find you, and also any other contact details for social media that people can log on to find when you make postings about the special events coming up. And we left out one aspect in terms of music. I would love to hear your musical plans, because I mean, Kingston 21, any Jamaican restaurant is not complete without some kind of musical inclusion from Jamaica. So what are some of your plans about that? And then just go into the details of where you are located exactly.
Yeah, it's good you mentioned that, because we wanted to have a DJ from the Monday, the 2nd, and I've been searching high and low, and everybody seems to be outside of the country or busy. So if you know, I don't know if you play the music that we would want.
Yeah.
But if you know someone, please just let them know we're looking for a DJ. Even if it's for the 6th, it would be really good, because music is a big part of us. So we need that. We need that. We need it.
Yes.
So we're located in Al Raha Beach Tower. That's a new complex between Al Munir and Al Zaina. But the location is pretty straightforward if you go on our website, which is www.kingston21.ae, and our Instagram and Facebook is kingston21.ad. And so we're pretty easy to find. Just search Kingston 21 in Google. We're on the top of the page.
All right. Powerful. Before we close, I want you to, because I'm sure young people or people watching may have ideas of starting their own business, wondering how to go about it, or even just timid, maybe not having the kind of support they need. Before we close, and there's a song that I found, a festival song for a contestant this year, that, as you mentioned about the roast yam and the jerk chicken and other stuff, I'm going to be using that to close out the show tonight. But give a final encouragement to those watching. And as a young woman, a young Jamaican woman, you have made us proud, and we want to hear more from you in terms of your final encouragement to all those who are watching, those who will be seeing this show. It's going to be posted on YouTube at a later date, and we want people to be encouraged. So give us a final word of encouragement, and for all those who are watching and those who are listening via the Instagram platform. Musical Seduction, thank you so much for joining as well. Go ahead, Kesian.
So I would say, use me as an example. Trust me. Don't think about that I'm in the UAE and I own a restaurant. No. I was just a simple girl in Jamaica who, I'm telling you, trust me, you don't know me. And this is for anybody who this message might reach. I'm just an ordinary person from a poor background who have big dream, big ambition. And if you have the ambition, if you want more for yourself, trust me, align yourself, try to align yourself with the right people.
Definitely.
Go above and beyond to try to align yourself with the right people. Research, if it is you have a plan to start something, whatever it is. If you want to go college, if you want to open a salon, if you want a job at a company, whatever your intention is, find a way to make it happen. Don't sit on it. Don't wonder, oh, can somebody help me? No, you have to help yourself first. Help yourself first, and you will get there. Just make a move. Don't sit on your plan. Don't sit on your ambition. Ask somebody, share it with somebody. If you keep it to yourself, you never know. It might just die. Share it, and maybe somebody can add to your idea and say, okay, me know somebody, or this person did that. Maybe you can ask here, or maybe you can look there, but don't keep it to yourself. And don't sit and do nothing. Doing nothing is never the answer. Right. So I would say just make a move. Make a move. Yeah.
All right, powerful, because some of the times people sit down and they wonder for their entire lives, but just not making that move. And I'm happy that you said that, because the young people, especially now, looking for something to do. And I've learned years ago that starting a business in a recession or a pandemic is always the best time, because the only way, the only place the business can go is literally up, because everything is already at an all-time low. So you have given us a very, very good encouragement. Renee Smith, thank you so much. She said congratulations. Also, Phyllis Theobald, one of my very great supporters for the Awesome Music Show. To God be the glory. And we thank everyone for joining. Musical Seduction is a band, I'm sure if they were in this part of the world, would have been a very, very good addition to your show, because they have been doing really, really good in the US. But those are some of the things that we'll talk about behind the scenes. But it's been a pleasure having you on the Awesome Music Show. It's one of those shows that I'm proud of all my shows, but this being Jamaican, being that we're all the way in the desert, as they would say. I'm a content creator, musician, the whole works, and you are an entrepreneur doing your thing. It's really, really good to have you on the show. For all those who have joined today, we want to thank you. Those who will be seeing this show in the future on various platforms, we want to thank you so much. Spread the word. Kingston 21, we're talking today to Kesian Bennett, and I got the name right this time. She's the founder of Kingston 21, which is a fully Jamaican restaurant located in Abu Dhabi. All the information surrounding Kingston 21, you can find it on their website, www.kingston21.ae. And there's a week of celebration that's coming up in sync with Jamaica Independence Celebration. And we look forward to giving her support from the Monday all the way up to the Friday with all the celebration. Domino night, pasta night, all you can eat night, and then the big celebration to close out the night on the 6th. And we want to thank you so much for being a part of the show. We wish you all the best with your business and all the success that comes with it. And we wish you God
challenges and overcoming all the challenges as well.
Definitely, because I'm sure the challenges will come. But the word that we're using for the show is really resilient. And from the Musical Seduction, congratulations to her. Blessings continually on her business. Blessings.
Watching
musical
Islamic content, Quran and stuff like that on YouTube is good.
Seduction. Thank you so much. All right, so we're gonna be closing out. We're gonna be closing out with a Jamaican song. I was trying to find something Jamaican before the start of the show that would really, represent Jamaica, the food, the culture, the music, and everything. And this is the song that we're going to be using to close out Jamaica. It says, "Jamaica, my land, Jamaica, love Jamaica, my land," and it's done by DB, and it's directed by Orville Hall, which we all know is a very well-known Jamaican dancer. So we're going to be closing the show with that tonight. Thank you so much for being on the show. We'll be in touch, and we wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Bye.
All right, so we go to the song tonight. So it's been a pleasure being your host on the Awesome Music Show. My name is Dale T, and for all those who have joined, we want to give you thanks, and we want to give you a thumbs up. If you ever travel to the UAE, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, check out the Jamaican restaurant Kingston 21. Go on their website, www.kingston21.ae, and you will see all the information relating to that restaurant and their business, and we're going to be supporting them. All right, we go tonight with this song. I just found it, so it's fresh. I do not own the rights to the music that's played on this show, so we want you to enjoy this song tonight. Let's hear it.
Remember to pick up your cousin Winston at the airport. And remember to take him around. Come on, carry him around.
All right. So I want to thank you so much, so much, so much for being a part of the Awesome Music Show. This has been another episode, and we had on the show tonight Kesian Bennett, owner and founder of the first Jamaican restaurant in Abu Dhabi. Yes, a real nice, catchy tune, my brother. Found it today, and it's already a hit. I wish him all the best in the festival competition. Really, really good, great music coming from Jamaica, and we want to big up DB. With director Orville Hall, who we all know is one of the greatest dancers in Jamaica, and we want to big them up. All right, so this has been another episode of the Awesome Music Show. Musical Seduction, we would love to have you on the show one of these days with you and your band. Really, really doing good, and we want to get something going. All right, so look out for some other interviews coming up for the rest of the summer, and we are excited to bring you those. So we want you to just stick and stay with the Awesome Music Show. Thank you so much for your support since December, since the start of the show. And we look forward to spreading our wings with having bands, other artists, entrepreneurs, writers, authors, you name it. We want to have all these people on the show, just as we've been doing. And we want to spread it bigger and better. Look out for the new facelift of the Awesome Music Show and all the things that will be coming and all the persons that will be gracing the stages of the Awesome Music Show. So I really, really want to thank you. And also some other ways that you can support this great Awesome Music Show. So we'll be putting all of those things together, and you'll be seeing them in short order. But we want to thank you for being a part of the Awesome Music Show. Blessings, and we'll talk some more. All the best. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. For those of you who have been inspired, yes, Renee Smith, thank you so much for your support. We hope that this show will always be an inspiration to somebody, especially persons who would have seen our guests and you want to make connection. Yes, go right ahead. And we have several other things that we can do for these shows. All right. So thank you so much. Enjoy your Saturday wherever you are. So Saturday morning, Saturday night, wherever you are in the world, wherever you're going to be seeing this recording from. Peace and God's blessing be upon you and your family. Take care. Blessings.